butterflies. How are you doing? I am actually in the car on my way to pick my girls up from school. I haven't done any recording in the car in quite a while. And I'm not quite sure why I haven't done any recording in the car. Probably because most people assume it's unsafe, and it probably is. But I figure I talk in the car all the time, mostly to God. So why not record, right? When I'm in the car talking to God, I call Oprah. I call my God Oprah. Not that Oprah is my God. That sounds crazy. I don't think that God is Oprah. It's kind of a weird thing that I've always done. Usually I'm like talking to myself, and I'm kind of getting, how you have like things you need to work out, and sometimes you just need to kind of talk yourself through things to get them to make sense. And so I always say I'm talking to Oprah to get my problems worked out. And not really problems, but just to get some things in my head cleared so that I can figure them out and talk them through. Because sometimes you don't want to talk to people about what's going on, because you don't need to talk to people. You don't need advice. You don't need a sounding board. You just need to kind of hear yourself talk, or just hear the words out loud. So sometimes that's what I do when I'm in the car by myself. It's just kind of talk things through. So when I do that, I caught that talking to Oprah. So I talk all the time in the car anyway. So I was like, oh, this would be a cool time to kind of do some recording when I'm on my way to pick the girls up from school. And I find that when I'm driving and I'm on the way, to get the girls, if I didn't nap and get that, 30 or 20 minute nap in before, and I maybe feeling a little bit lethargic, then this is also a good way to kind of keep me awake and up and alert, is talking. But I'm not feeling lethargic today at all. I think my last video was a little, I think it was probably the most real I've been. And always I'm honest to a fault when I'm posting on my vlog. But God, I looked back on that video and I thought, that was really, I don't know. I put myself out there, and I put my whole self out there. And I'm like, I don't know that I don't regret it. I don't regret what I said, because it was real. It was honest. It was true, and it needed to be said. I'm at a stop sign, so I have to, look both ways. But I really feel like, it needed to be said, and my mom doesn't look at my vlogs at all. And I wouldn't care if she did, because I didn't say anything in the vlog that I didn't say to her. And I think she needed to hear it. She needed to understand where I was. So it was kind of weird. We had a conversation, my mom and I, and once the conversation was had, I was done with it. And she says, you're not mad at me anymore? And I was like, I wasn't mad, I was hurt, and I'm over it. She still feels kind of eggshelly around me, and I'm like, it's not necessary, we're good. It's over. And she's like, oh, okay. And so I don't think she really knew how to take it, but I learned something about myself from that video, and then from watching it, like looking at the video, I learned some things about myself that I really didn't know. Ooh, it's hot. Let me turn my heat down. I had it all the way up this morning when I took the girls to school, because it was like 30 degrees, and it's hot now. I just turned my heater down. But I learned some things about myself. One thing I learned was that I'm very passionate about things. There's a lot of fire here in me, and it's okay. It's I used to kind of keep everything under wraps. Like I don't want to really hurt people. But then I decided, I think when I was diagnosed with lupus and just, realizing I have a little bit of energy usually to expend. And I don't, a lot of people don't know the spoon theory, and I didn't really understand it either when I go on message boards and things like that, and they'd be like, don't waste your spoons, or I'd see hashtag spoonies and all that other stuff, and I'd say, what the hell is a spoonie? And because I just didn't know, I was, very new to the whole lupus culture, so I didn't know what was going on with the spoons. And so I finally just Googled hashtag spoonies or hashtag spoons, and I read the whole spoon thingy, and so I was like, oh, okay, spoons, okay, so I got it. And the whole quick and dirty version of what a spoon is that this woman was trying to explain what it was like having lupus to a friend who didn't have it, and how you only have a certain amount of spoons a day, and those spoons represent energy, and you only get a certain amount of spoons a day. Say you get 12 spoons a day, and getting out of the bed was 1 spoon. Washing your face and brushing your teeth was another spoon. Showering was a spoon. Putting on clothes, that's a spoon. And already you got out of bed, that's a spoon. You washed your face, brushed your teeth, that's a spoon. You took a shower, that's a spoon. You put on clothes, that's a spoon. You've used 4 spoons. You've used 4 out of 12 spoons already. And you haven't even made it downstairs. You haven't cooked breakfast. You haven't eaten. You haven't walked your dog. You've not gone to work. You've not done. So, you can see where when you have a disease like lupus or any chronic illness, you really have kind of, you don't have a lot of energy to expel, and so you don't really want to use it up on superfluous things. And so, I started to understand that, because you don't have a lot of energy. I don't have a lot of energy to waste. And so as I kind of go into this, I'm turning into my kids' school. So when I started to really understand this whole spoon theory, and really understanding how precious my energy is and how precious my time is. My lighting's changing because I'm around more trees now. How precious my time is and my energy is, and how I'm not willing to waste my time, not willing to waste my energy, not willing to waste anything that I consider precious to me on superfluous things. I hoard my spoons now, because I have to. And I use them sparingly, and I use them on things that matter. And things that matter to me are not arguments. They're not, silly things. And they're certainly not, I don't waste my spoons on trying to appease grown folk who have their own agendas, and who are doing things to make themselves happy or make themselves feel comfortable concerning my situation. And so I think it takes some getting used to for other people who are used to me trying to appease them and trying to make them feel okay about what's happening in my life. And I think, for a long time, that's what was going on. That's what was happening. So I I realized that about myself, is that my perspective has shifted. And so I have come to an understanding that what's important to me, what I deem necessary to spend my time and energy on has completely shifted. It's changed, and it doesn't include other people. It really doesn't. I learned looking at that video that it's important that I make sure I use my spoons wisely, and I was giving a lot of energy to something that didn't warrant my energy or my time. So I learned that about myself watching that video, and I felt relieved that I could put that behind me and not expend that energy, not give so many of my spoons to that situation. So that was something that I learned. I also learned that that I can walk away from petty things and be okay, and that I can walk away from people, not walk away, that's the wrong term, that I can stand up for myself with people that I love and need in my life, that I can voice my opinion and not back away, not back down from it. Even though I need these people in my life, even though I love these people, that I can walk away. I'd be willing to, if they're not willing to understand where I am right now. Because, like I said, being diagnosed with this disease, it changes one's perspective of what's important. And I'm not willing to negate myself or my needs anymore. I'm not willing to put everything that's important to me on the back burner. I'm not willing to sit aside and be a wallflower or a doormat, so that other people can feel okay and feel comfortable. So people are always saying, and I never understood when people would say, they got diagnosed with cancer, and I'd hear them on like talk shows and all this other stuff, and they'd say it's the best thing that ever happened to me. It changed my life. Yeah, people, I may have cancer and people are like, oh, it's horrible. And they say, no, it's the best thing that happened to me because it gave me perspective. And I never understood it, but I get it. Having lupus has changed my entire perspective, and it's changed it for the better. And in so many ways, it really is the best thing that's ever happened to me, because I'm finding Vicky. I'm finding who I am. I'm finding the essential part of myself, and I'm liking myself. I'm liking this person who has lupus. I'm grounded. I'm focused. I am confident, because as lupus warriors, we say it and we have to mean it. Yeah, I may have lupus, but it doesn't have me. And it forces me to make other people see that yeah, I have lupus, but it doesn't have me. Stop treating me like I'm dying. Stop treating me like an invalid. Stop treating me like I may be crazy. Stop treating me like I can't do anything, like I can't take care of myself. I'll have bad days and I'll deal with them. I'll get through them, but stop treating me like I have one foot in the grave. I may have lupus, but it doesn't have me. Let me be great, okay? And so, yeah, being diagnosed with lupus and having lupus sucks. It is as bad as we say it is, but it also has changed my life in ways that I'll never be able to voice. But it's given me so much perspective. It's given me so much awareness. It's made me so much more aware of myself as an individual, as a woman, you know. It's made me want to be so much more independent. I took my independence for granted because I had it, you know, and having lupus and not being able to work, and, you know, for the first year or so being so out of it that I had to depend on other people, it's made me want my independence more. It's made me fight for my independence. So it's made me a lot more independent. It's made me a stronger woman. It's made me more aware of who I am as a woman. So I can't complain about lupus, but I say, like my grandmas used to say, I could complain, but why? What's going to happen if I do? Nothing. Nothing's going to change if I complain. So I try not to. But yeah, I learned some things from just looking at that video, my last post. So I feel okay about that. I was a little leery, like, dang, I put my mom on blast. I'm a horrible child, because I do love her and she does so much for me, and she's great. She's great, you know? She does so much, and she's such a giver, and she's wonderful, you know? And that's over and done with. But I learned so much from looking at it about myself. And it's a new week. We got stuff to do. Michaela's starting, my daughter Michaela, I told you guys, I think I did. She's doing this whole Stay Woke poetry, musical and music and arts festival or showcase. And so I'm helping out as a parent volunteer. So today she has her interest meeting. So hopefully we have like a full house of kids who want to participate. I'm really excited for her. And so we're starting all of that today. And so I'm just going to be there to kind of, you know, support her after school. I'm excited for her. And so, you know, I'm on the back end with some of the more administrative stuff. And so that's going on for her. It's on February 12th, 2016 at her high school, Blythewood High here in Blythewood, South Carolina. And the kids are going to be doing all of the performances, and they'll be doing spoken word poetry with, you know, hashtag Stay Woke. And it's to highlight issues facing the Black community from the past, current, and then looking at where the Black community could be in the future if they just stay woke, if they wake up and become aware of who they are, who they can be, if they, you know, if we as Black people just acknowledge who we are, what we can be, you know, if we come together as a people, if we acknowledge the power that we have as a people, if we stop failing the dream, if we stop playing into the nightmare. And so that's kind of what her vision for this poetry, music, and arts showcase is to kind of highlight issues that are plaguing Black America and Black diasporic community and Black people on the continent of Africa. So I think it's going to be great, and it's during February, so it's kind of a Black history situation. Really proud of Michaela. She's in the 9th grade in high school, and she came up with this idea on her own, and because she's so aware of herself as a member of the Black community at large. So I'm really excited for her. She's not charging anything this time. So it's not a fundraiser this year, because she just wants to kind of get it out there. But next year, she's like, it's going to be huge, and she wants, you know, she's going to be charging. So I'm trying to get her to to roll it on out as an LFA fundraiser, because I'd love for her to work with our LFA community partnership, that we're working with here in Columbia. So we'll see. So she's doing some great things. I'm so proud of her. And my daughter Sunny, who's in the middle school, she's a 6th grader, and she's been taking these amazing pictures. She's always been like, I don't know, she has this great eye, and she's just like finding her passion again for photography. And she's just like, Mommy, this is so beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, it's gorgeous. So I'm like, dang, you really have the eye for photography. And she's like, Mommy, I have this great idea. So she and Michaela are just talking. And then there's Sadie Mae, my old soul. And she says, she writes like these stories. They're kind of dark. They're always very dark, but not dark like I'm going to cut you open and eat your brains dark. They're just dark, and they're beautifully dark and tragic, and I don't know, they just kind of make you weep, but not sad. I don't know. She's a great writer. Like, all of them have these amazing talents, and I'm so blessed because they have these gifts. So they had this really great idea. I'm not going to say what their idea is because I don't want anybody to take it. And so we're working on some stuff. We've been brainstorming. So we got some stuff going on. Me and my 3 girls, we have some stuff going on. So I'll keep you posted as God blesses us to do that. So that's going on. I have my hands, in lots of different pies this week. So we have Michaela's Stay Woke Poetry, Music, and Arts Showcase that we're working on coming up for February 12th. So I have a thumb in that pie. Oh my God, I'm going to be the lead for the butterfly ball for our LFA community partner organization here in Columbia. So I've been like, woo! I'm really excited. I'm kind of racking my brain to get that together. So I think we're having our first meeting this weekend so that we can get a committee together, because obviously I can't do that by myself, but I got I'm going to be the lead heading that out. So I'm so excited. I've already started brainstorming, putting stuff together, creating some checklists, getting some ideas together. So I'm really excited about that, getting started with the PR aspect of working with LFA community partners. So I'm really having a good time with that. So finger number 2 in that pie. And then really starting to kind of roll into my PR position with LFA community partner organization here in Columbia, and looking for, looking into setting up some meetings with some organizations so that I can start getting some good sponsorships and setting up partnerships with the right people here in Columbia, because we can't become a full-fledged chapter if we don't have what? Money, and some really good partnerships, because people need to know what we're doing here and why we're doing it. So just getting ready to get those contacts together, using my husband because he has a lot of good contacts, calling on some really, some good teacher friends who have good contacts, and reaching out to some people I've met over my years in education. So that's my 3rd finger in 3 pies. And of course, just being a mom and a wife. Look, I'm cranking out right now because my kid Sunny is getting ready to be dismissed, and then I have to go get Sadie from elementary school, and then we'll head on out to high school, where we'll stay for a while because we have the interest meeting for Stay Woke, and I have to go talk with a history teacher there who teaches AAAS studies, African Studies class, and Michaela's in that class, and we already talked about, the teacher and I, we already talked about me coming in once a week for 45 minutes when Kay got in his class this semester. Me going into his class and doing, leading a discussion once a week. So I need to go talk with him to see if that's still a go, and set that up in my schedule so that on Fridays I can go in and do a Friday discussion in that class, so that I can get out the house and get some things done. So I got fingers in pies, and that makes me happy because, you know what, I can't give myself over to lupus, and I can't give myself over to narcolepsy, because I'm better than that. I'm stronger than that. So I can rest when I need to, because my schedule is flexible enough, right? I'm bigger than that. So we'll see what happens with everything. Right now I'm going to go ahead and sign off. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's no anger in here, right? I'm not like losing my mind. There's not going to be any special effects. It's just me talking in my car. Hope you guys have a blessed week. It's Monday, so we're all good. Be blessed. Subscribe, share, comment. I need comments. You guys are not commenting on anything. You're watching and you're not leaving me any comments. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know what you want me to vlog about. I'm going to try and do a cooking segment. I keep saying that, but I really am. I have some really great recipes that I found on Pinterest. So I'm going to try and do a cooking segment, and then I'll see if they turn out like the recipes on Pinterest. We'll see. All right, I'm going to sign off because I'm in the carpool line now. So have a great week. This is your girl, Lala Loopy. No stress, just smiles. Signing off. Peace.